Hi everyone, Dr. Hawley here. I've been getting a lot of emails asking about the new Ameo essential oil brand that the Zija Corporation has now put out, because we do continuing education for massage therapy and chiropractors and medical doctors, and a lot of people know that we have massage therapy in our clinic, and we use a lot of essential oils, and we've been using a lot of the name brands out there. Recently we've switched after a lot of diligence and research and a lot of interviews and talking with the people of Ameo. We switched brands. We've been using exclusively Ameo, and a lot of people are emailing me. They're asking, well, why? What are you seeing? What's going on? A couple of things that I found out with the Ameo is, number one, they're clinical grade. They're not therapeutic grade, and there is actually a big difference from clinical to therapeutic. One of the things that I did discover in looking at these with the essential oils is the clinical grade ones, they actually go by mass spectrometer, gas chromatography and mass spec, which in layman's terms, you have a bunch of, just say, lavender, and you take that and you put the sample of the lavender in the GC mass spec, and it analyzes it, and it tells what type of constituents are in that. Constituents is the atoms, the parts per million of the constituents. They'll show amplitudes and peaks on a graph, okay? In order to be clinical grade, they have to have so many parts per million, and they have to have so much amplitude on the peaks to qualify as clinical grade. Now, another thing that was unbeknownst to me was a lot of the companies don't do the GC mass spec prior to selling some of the products as lavender or frankincense or whatever have you may. The other thing that I found was that all the research, we know if you go on Google or pub.med, you look up frankincense or lavender, there's a lot of research done on these oils. And if you do third-party independent review literature, not company-sponsored literature, because I believe a lot of those can be biased no matter what company you look for, a third-party independent review literature will actually take, and they will be doing the research on clinical grade oils, okay? In the clinical grade that they're using, they have a base template, what each peak is supposed to look like, and they have that template. So the problem with the consumers like you, me, and the other people out there is we don't have access, one, for those templates because we're not research scientists. Number two, if we were to get clinical grade, up until recently, they've been $300, $400, $500, $1,200 for a thing of pure clinical grade oil. Okay, so we haven't had access to clinical grade oils. Ameo, the founder of some of these oils that's coming out with them, they have access to the templates. They know what a clinical grade lavender is supposed to look like on a GC mass spec. And what they do now is they match their lavender batches to that template. If it doesn't match, they reject it. They reject over 85% of the product brought in from the growers around the world because it's not 100% pure clinical grade when they run it through their mass spec. What I had found also is that they discovered, Dr. Joshua Plant, he's a PhD, head in the program, he did his dissertation at Harvard. It was on essential oils. He has discovered a way to get the clinical grade oils to actually be engulfed by the human cells. They actually absorb into the cells. And what they have done is they have actually photographed and video recorded this actually being done on live cells. So like some other brands out there, they can put a batch number on the bottom of the oil. You turn it up and look at the batch number, and you can see where it was processed and how it was made. These guys have taken it a step further. You still see how it's made, where it came from, but you also see on the bottom of it the actual video recording of that bottle sample going into the human cell. What does that mean in the real world? What does it mean to us in the clinic profession? I understand scientifically, and because I have a background in biochemistry and science, I understand what that means from that point of view, and from that standpoint alone. If you're not aware of that, that's a huge benchmark. No one else can do that. Or at least they're not. The Ameo is the only one out there that has that right to do that. Clinically, what does it mean? It means that these oils are highly absorbable. We've been getting some patients coming in, they've had some reactions by using them. And when I'm talking to them, it's because they're using the higher dosing levels from what they've been used to with the other oils they're used to over the past 10, 15 years. With the clinical grade, I've been having to down dose some of the levels because they're clinical grade. They're potent. So when we start downgrading them, we're getting some huge results with these results I haven't seen before clinically, and not just me, but my massage therapist and the other ones that we teach and we share this with. It's a up and coming company that is really leading the profession in the oil industry. To be honest, they've set the benchmark for others to follow. And I got to tell you, if you're ever looking into different brands of oils, or if you're looking to get into using oils, I urge you to take a look at the Ameo line, because they're going to be the one in the future. They're the one to watch. They're the Google and Yahoo right now today, what's going to be in the future. So if you have any questions, a lot of you guys have my emails. Keep them coming. I'll try to answer them. And I'm excited about the oils. I'm traveling around in my local area doing little speaking events, and I'm doing webinars. So I urge you to take a look. Ameo.com. Take a look at these things. You'll be amazed. Hope that helps answer some of the questions, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.